This is Aromie here, and welcome back to our life. We are here, ready for Baxter's DLC. I honestly do not know how to get to it, so I had to do a whole new game and just skip every single dialogue until we got to, I think we're on step 3 now, where we actually see Baxter for the first time. And I'm pretty sure I'm doing it correctly now because it's asking us for our feelings for Baxter. So it was very hard to put Cove in the friend zone, along with Derek in the friend zone. So those who are in the friend zone in this route. But for Baxter, we're gonna crush on him because I honestly feel like if I saw him for the first time, I would instantly fall in love. Love at first sight. So we're gonna have a nervous crush on Baxter because, you know, he's the summer romance that we're gonna have and hopefully see in the future. So, ready. We're gonna have Baxter be high initiative because I feel like, you know, he's just extroverted. I feel like he would do that. I thought he was charming. You really weren't sure when, but at some point Baxter won you over. You were curious to get to know him better. I would hit skip, but I skipped so much dialogue thinking it was old dialogue, but it was new dialogue, so I don't know what part we've already done. But it's okay, we're all gonna need a refresher. Because it's been some time since I played this game. And this is gonna be the official last playthrough of this game because all the DLC is officially out. Laughing quietly, you wondered how Baxter would fit in with the rest of the neighborhood. Turning your attention back to Cove, you pushed all thoughts of Baxter aside. You both started making your way towards town. A little while later, you and Cove reached a main street in town. All of a sudden, you stopped walking. What's wrong? I think I heard my phone. You dug your cell phone out and looked at it with a satisfied grin. There was a new message. You opened the new text from Miranda and all you saw was, "I can see you." Immediately from where you stood, you started swiveling your head around. You couldn't spot Miranda anywhere, but she did send you more messages. See you looking. Come on, really, Randy? I would do, haha, come on. The message was sent and you were back to looking around, scanning for any sign of movement and familiar faces, but they were still invisible. Cove looked at you carefully, raising an eyebrow. I think I would probably be laughing. Cove looked at you puzzled, raising an eyebrow. He crossed his arms. What's happening? Before you could even begin explaining anything to Cove, you both snapped your attention to the yelling from across the street. And there you saw Miranda and Terry coming out from behind the backside wall of the grocery store. They both started waving wildly to draw even more attention to themselves. Cove took a step in their direction. He grinned and waited for them to get closer. Laughing and arm in arm, the girls stopped only to look both ways and then rushed across the empty street.
Hi.
I hope you weren't waiting too long.
Hey, buddies.
How do I do all these things again? Hi. The joke was not funny. I'm amazed. How did you appear out of nowhere like that? Hey, I'm so happy to see you two. I thought you both knew better than to jaywalk. How'd you guys appear out of nowhere? They started giggling again. Terry glanced at Miranda, wondering what their story should be. It was magic. Gesturing in a vaguely whimsical manner, Terry went along with the decision. And magicians never reveal their secrets. Oh, I thought that's it too. That's fair. Terry then closed the distance between her and Cove and crushed him in a painfully tight hug. My trauma. My trauma is coming back when I remembered I was so heated from her hugging Cove because I was jealous. But this route, I'm okay. We're going for Baxter, so we've already had our fun with Cove. You're finally here. It's been so long. What took you? He did his best to eke out a reply with his chest being compressed.
Sorry.
Eventually, she let him go. Terry looked at him with a beaming smile, but Cove was distracted, rubbing his arms. Standing there, Miranda shifted her weight to her other hip. She watched Cove patiently with a bashful smile. Welcome back. Thanks. It finally felt official. Everyone was together in one place. From here, you weren't sure how often you would have another afternoon like this again. They didn't either. If you guys need a recap, Cove has been traveling back and forth to Nevada for his mom, so we don't usually see him often.
So?
Cove? Terry poked Cove square in the chest. See, like, how could we not be jealous? This girl is so touchy with our mans, but not officially our mans, depending on how you play this game. He possibly might be your mans. You're gonna have to get me your schedule by this time. Wait, what? You're gonna have to get me your schedule by this time yesterday.
No way.
Not really possible, Terry, but I can't say as soon as I know. So far, work hasn't said anything, but I can tell you I'm busy with orca activities. When Cove wasn't at his part-time job or pursuing his athletic and academic interests, he volunteered for the Ocean Restoration California affiliation, ORCA. The group focused on cleaning up beaches and removing pollution from the ocean. Cove always loved the sea. It didn't surprise you one bit when he started getting involved with them. It was Cove's activity. You joined Orca too after learning of it. You were an Orca member and introduced Cove to it. Honestly, I do not like the ocean because I cannot swim and I am scared of the sea creatures beneath the water. But clearly with our childhood, we have always been growing up in the beach area, ocean area. And being friends with Cove, we were always surrounded by ocean. So I feel like I would be in it, but just purely because my friend's in it. Their big smash event for the year is coming right up, isn't it? Yeah, there's not that much more to do before then, but I'm kind of looking forward to the fundraising push. Hopefully we can pull it off. If anyone can do it, it's you two. And even if it does go really bad, it still looks good on a college application at least. That's true.
Hey.
Guess what else? We don't have to stand here to say stuff. Let's go. I would like a meal now. Perking up, Cove nodded in agreement. Yeah, for sure. The four of you head into town, happily chatting the whole way. The only decision left to make was where exactly to stop and eat. Miranda was the first to offer a suggestion.
So,
I don't know about everybody else, but I'd like some chow mein. Chinese is fine with me. Honestly, I've been craving Chinese too. Entirely serious, Terry nodded. That'd be amazing right about now. I'm gonna say agreed. The group's lazy wandering shifted into a purposeful journey just like that, and as Terry predicted, the conversation was able to continue while on the way to food. You and Cove finished explaining what was coming up with your orca fundraising efforts. All the talk of beaches reminded Terry of her own personal goals. She'd been considering getting lifeguard training. Cove and Michiko can keep our ocean clean, and I can keep it safe. Could keep it safe, not can. Could. Such selflessness was inspiring for the listeners, though Terry butted in before anyone was too impressed.
No way.
Don't be proud of me yet. I haven't even signed up. Laughter burst out in the little crowd. Miranda took a turn to chat about her life next. She'd pick out some 5-week summer courses at a community college. They wouldn't be starting until later in the month. It was exciting, though. Not content speaking solely for herself for long, Miranda mentioned good news for someone else. Especially that her older brother Jude had a new boyfriend. You vaguely knew who Jude was. He was in his mid-20s, you were pretty sure of that. What you knew for certain was he had his own place with a real career and everything. Oh, good for him. Mid-20s and you already a real career and everything? And your own place? You're damn, Jude. Jude existed in a whole other stage of life than you, and hanging out with his much little sister's friends had never been on his to-do list. Now that was an accomplishment worth being taken in by. Terry, who heard it, and Miranda, who said it, were equally dazed. He's been single for a few years now. It kind of seemed like he just wasn't interested in anybody, and that was true basically. There wasn't anyone here for him. He's dating a friend he's known online for a long time. They've been playing games together since college. Oh my god, an online relationship turned into IRL relationship? We love to see that, because that's literally how Tyler and I met. But we met via a friend that we also met online, named Luis. This is my theory, but he might not have dated anyone else because all he wanted was to hang out more with that good friend. But no one ever said that to him. He never even hinted there might be a thing there until one day they were suddenly dating. Wait, we're talking about Miranda's brother? Not Terry's brother. Does Terry have a brother? I don't know. But besides that, what's funny is I don't even know his name. Jude didn't talk about him to us until they'd already known each other forever. And now that Jude has started talking about him all the time, he just calls him Grant.
Huh?
Is his name not Grant? It's not. It's an inside joke about how they talked about school grants one time when they were first becoming friends. They thought it was funny how Grant was also a name and were going all, oh, I bet Grant could get a grant. Okay. Then it escalated to joking about a Grant being named after some person called Grant. His friend made Grant his username for everything, and it still is today. Well, I mean, okay, IGN lore. You barely had a concept of Miranda's brother, and that one explanation was everything you knew about his boyfriend, but the story gave a real impression of who they were. Wow, Godspeed, Judy. Never let Grant go. Grant sounds like a grandpa's nickname, like Gramp. That's nice. I bet they're really happy. Yeah, I wish the two of them well as well. Do you think we'll ever know his real name? It's so sweet. Honestly, that's so sweet.
Thank you.
Thanks. Trying to follow the incredible story of Grant proved difficult. Miranda trailed off. To speak. The current conversation was well and truly over, so Cove took a chance to speak. This has been on my mind the whole time, but there was never a good chance to mention it before. What is it? There's a new person renting a condo in our neighborhood. Really? From one tale of an unusual character to another, Cove spoke of Baxter Ward as if he was a local legend. His name is Baxter. He's in college, though doesn't look like he's much older than us. Maybe Miranda's age. He's not gonna be what you expect, no matter how much you try to guess. Is Miranda older than us? Is she older than us by a year? I thought she was the same age as us. The description put Terry on the edge of a non-existent seat, and she was about to fall off it somehow.
What?
A new man in town. Who's our age? Cove Holden has been holding out on us, as usual. I won't guess. You tell me what he's like. Alright, monochrome. He's an eccentric, a weird guy who's probably rich. Way too forward. He's a charmer. I can't wait to see him again. I'm choosing this option. It's hard to explain. You watch Cove for how he'd respond. No, he's a charmer, bro. Intriguing. Cove looks like he disapproves of my answer. He added on to your initial description with a couple of thoughts of his own. More explanation was required to make any sense of it. Baxter is bold. He says whatever he wants, and he dresses dramatically. Everything on him is black and white, even his hair. Huh? Cove had been correct. That kind of man had not been considered in the realm of possibilities for Terry or Miranda. But I don't care that he has a style or that he's not shy. What I don't get is the way he acts, so impressed by strangers who had done nothing. He said he wanted to hang out with us, me and Michiko, this summer and all this other stuff, and that was the very first time we'd met. I have no idea why he cares, or why it was so easy for him to say that to people he knows nothing about. So you got his number?
No.
He's so defiant about it. No. Cove's eyes squint and his nostrils squished inward from the incredulous scrunch that suggestion had given him. Considering the picture that had been painted, he couldn't understand why Terry would imagine anything like that had happened. Well, that's a good idea. I wish. I'll ask later. No, I wish. Then do it. And you should too, Cove. You don't meet a social butterfly like that every day. The black and white color scheme proves he's a rare specimen.
Ooh.
This Baxter is flapping around the town, coming to appreciate our two good buds, Cove and Michiko. Right? Like flower buds, and he's a butterfly. Terry, that pun is such a stretch. Well, he sounds like my kind of guy, and we could always use more friends. No, it's very possible to have as many friends as you need. This was escalating. The more fired up Terry got, the more Cove and Miranda wanted to shield themselves from the embers. I know what you mean, Terry. Oh, come on. The more the merrier. I think it'd be nice if we could get along. You shook your head at where this was going. The whole conversation had snickering. Come on, the more the merrier. Like, we're never gonna see him again. The group of four was evenly split between the social and the shy. That line was drawn clearly with this discussion. Honestly, I am quite shy too, but I'm not gonna turn down meeting someone new that could possibly be our friend or, a good summer memory to think about. No longer moving forward, Terry stood there with her arms on her hips.
I'm on it.
I'm gonna meet Baxter right now. What do you mean? What do you mean? Cove completely stalled except for his lips, which sputtered in response. What about getting food? I know the way. You can all go ahead. I'll be back before the food hits the table. You'll see it. Terry's light chuckles contrasted massively with a hefty sigh from Cove. You're actually going to go to a stranger's house and ask for his number. That's the plan. I mean, that's a great flirting technique, is it not? Or it's coming on a little too strong, depending on how you see it. Yeah? Why do you gotta be like this? If I wasn't like this, me and you never would have been friends ourselves. And I probably wouldn't have been friends with Randy either. Who's Randy? I don't live in this town. I can't miss an opportunity to connect. Otherwise, that'd mean leaving it up to chance or fate or Cove's ability to have a relationship progress on his own. I don't have all year for that. He'll be gone before then.
We're cool.
Not to insult you for going slow, Cove. You're good the way you are. Baxter can be a butterfly and you can be a snail. There was affection in Terry's extended metaphor, but Cove still frowned at the almost certainly correct assessment of how his connection with Baxter was going to develop.
No.
I don't like snails. I love snails when they're cooked and eaten. How about being a sea turtle then? Terry, you're not helping. I like snails and I like you. No, we're not. No, as much as I want to choose this option, we're not going for Cove. We must stay loyal to Baxter, okay? You shouldn't talk badly of yourself, Cove. Excuse me, snails are great. You chuckled as Cove pouted. He hadn't completely grown. Oh, we'll do this one. Order me the General Soul's chicken. I'll get his number. Inspired by the name of her meal, or perhaps her meal was inspired by this sudden mission, Terry gave a military salute before flipping around. Miranda and Cove simply watched in disbelief. Hold on, I'll go with you. Dart after her. You stood staring with the other two. Bye, Terry. You're making a mistake leaving your order with us. Wait, I can go. No. Hold on, I'll go with you. Chico? Cove gave a halting yell, but he had no intention of stopping you. He just had more foresight than you in that instant. What are we supposed to order for you then? Oh. You slowed your pace way down, and glanced over your shoulder. You called out, chow mein, lo mein, fried rice, beef and broccoli, orange chicken, another sauce chicken, mugu, gaipan, sweet and sour pork, teriyaki chicken, Szechuan beef, spare ribs, chopped soy. I don't want anything. Listen, don't judge me. Listen, I know you're gonna judge me, but don't. I get whenever somebody's ordering chicken, Chinese food takeout, I ask for fried chicken and fries. Is that Chinese food? No, but they just make it so amazing everywhere I go. Like fried chicken slaps all the time. They never let me down. So, but that's not an option here. So, sweet and sour pork. Even though I don't even get that, I get the sweet and sour chicken. They don't have what I want on here. So, yeah, give me that.
Okay.
Thanks, homie. He let you go, and you found when you looked ahead that Terry had stopped in her tracks. She waited for you after you announced your intention of joining.
Thanks.
I knew you were a bud. You and me, Terry, in this route, we're close, okay? I'm not gonna beef with you, alright? Your trip wasn't long. You barely left your neighborhood before the announcement of this change of plans, but there was no time to lose. Together, you sped down the sidewalk, around the bend, and in only a few minutes, you returned to the ever-familiar slope street. Terry's feet took her halfway down the road, smack dab between your house and Cove's. It was a force of habit. And this is where we are going to stop for today's episode. I know I usually cut them up based on chapters, but this is not even a chapter. This is a whole damn storybook, which could maybe be 2 hours or something before we hit the DLC stuff. So I hope you guys are excited that this series is back. I am very happy to play this. I don't know if you can tell from my excitement, but we are finally ending this game off with Baxter's route. Very excited. I miss his previous look when we met him by accident in the soiree, I believe, when we went with Derek. But I didn't do that this route. I went with Cove, so I don't know. I should have probably done Derek so then I could tell Baxter in the future, like, yeah, I actually met you already, but I didn't. Fuck. Whatever, it's fine. It's whatever. Anyway, I miss his, like, just strictly black color look combo, but now he's split. I don't know if he's going to change in the future where he's going to re-dye his hair back to normal. But anyway, we're going to see that soon. Thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you in the next one.